All right, so first thing we're going to do is put our yeast in the milk. And the recipe for this, the ingredients will be down below. I'm using a half a cup of milk, and I'm going to put 2 packs of yeast in here. Get this going. Get that out of the way. And we're going to put a little bit of sugar in here. It will help to activate the yeast. Probably no more than about a teaspoon. I'm going to stir this up and let it sit until it gets a little foamy. And we'll be coming back. And here I've got some really hot water. I believe it was 1.5 cups. And we're going to add our butter to that. It was 1/3 cup of butter. I'll melt. And I'm going to use 1/2 cup of molasses. You're supposed to use light molasses, but I was out, so I'm going to use dark molasses. Just mix this up pretty well. And then we're going to be adding 1 cup of oatmeal to this. It's quick oats. So in the meantime, you're going to want a large bowl that you grease well. You could use oil or shortening. I like shortening because we're going to be moving our dough into there and letting it rise. I've got the whisk on here. We're going to add our oatmeal, water, butter, molasses, and I put 1/2 teaspoon of salt in here. Then we're going to add our eggs to this. 2 eggs. And we're going to get ready to start adding our flour in a minute. Alright. So I'm going to start adding this flour a cup at a time and allow it to start mixing in. And I'll let you watch. Alright, we're going to take this dough out of here. I put a little bit of flour in there to make it more easier to work with, and we're going to get it out here on the counter and finish it off. Used a wooden spoon to get this out of here. The wooden ones seem to work better, I have found. And I'll move that out of the way. And then I've got flour on my hands. And then we're going to work this a little bit. I'm going to put it in our greased bowl. Let it pick up some of that grease and then flip it over. And then we're going to cover it with the damp towel and let it rise in a warm place, probably ½ hour to an hour. And then we'll come back and do it then. So we're going to get our flour out here. All right, so I'm going to flour my hands. We're going to punch this dough down. Actually, I'm going to flour the board too. I think we're going to roll it up nice and tight as we can get it. And we're going to pinch this all along here to keep your loaf together. It's still just a tiny bit tacky, which it is supposed to be, or I probably wouldn't be able to do this. A nice pinch and it will stay together. I'm just pinching the ends together a little bit. You're supposed to fold under. And this seam we're going to put down. This is now considered your seam. Into your greased loaf pan. And then we're going to cover these again and let them rise and then bake them. All right, we have one loaf of bread that's ready. As you can see, this one is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and get it in there. And we're cooking at 375. It's got to cook for approximately 40 minutes. Rised up enough. We're going to get it in the oven with the other one. And we'll just adjust our time. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's a big loaf of bread, Ma.
Yeah, that happens. I don't want it to fall. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Don't fall. Now we're going to put this one in. And we'll write down the time. Wow. The other one's doing beautiful. Not quite done. It won't be as tall because it's in a larger pan. Let me turn this around where you can see. Oh, you can see pretty good. Now, we're going to put butter on this. This is going to continue to cook a little bit inside. That's what bread does. I got it loosened up with the butter knife. We're going to roll it out of here. I don't get burned. There we go. There's just one little spot was stuck a little. That is one tall piece of bread. All right, so let's put some butter on it. It'll keep it soft. See, it's got a hollow sound. That's usually a sign that it's done. That's certainly how you want to test it. And I'm going to put butter on this all over it, and hopefully we don't get no hard crust. That's pretty nice looking. That one's done. We're going to butter it up. Get that going. This one came out beautiful. Let me show you how this slices up nicely. A little bit crusty on the top, I can hear, ever so slightly. This will get a better consistency as it sits. But right now, it's just about perfect.